Hi, and welcome back to Dating Advice After Divorce. My name is Craig, and thank you for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about dating app advice for men. You could be somebody out there that says, hey, I've been on these dating apps for a while now, and I'm not getting a lot of matches. Well, I believe it could have a lot to do with the way that you have your profile set up. So what I want to do is I want to go over several different items that you can use to help make the best profile possible for you. There's a lot of do's and don'ts on this list. I've talked to many women about what they like to see on dating apps and what they don't like to see on men's dating apps. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to suggest is to have a nice picture of your face. Always start off with a nice close-up of your face. Not too close, of course, but they want to see you, okay? Don't ever start off with being in a group of people. They don't know who you are, and they don't know where to look. What guy is it? Who am I supposed to be looking at? No, don't do that. Start off with the first and second picture of your face and smile. Women want to see if you have a nice smile. They want to see if you have your teeth, but they want to see if you have a nice smile. I hear this time and time again that women say men never smile in their pictures. It's because they want to look tough, right? You all want to just look tough, like I'm a badass. Okay, well, that could be some of the reasons why you're not getting any matches. Women want to see somebody that's got a nice smile because if you have a nice smile, you're going to come across as a very positive person. They want to be around somebody who's positive, okay, because they think that you're going to make their life positive and better and happier. And that's the goal. That's what you want to do. So don't be trying to look badass in every one of your pictures. One thing that women absolutely hate, and a lot of guys do this, is the backwards baseball cap, sunglasses on, and just kind of like mean mugging the camera. If you think you're unique and different by doing that, and you don't think anybody else is doing it, I'm here to tell you, you're wrong. So many guys do it that women actually hate to see it. That could be almost like an instant swipe left. So don't do that. Now, if you have 3 pictures total, and I suggest that you have more. I like to see more pictures of women's profiles, so I think it's only fair that guys show more pictures. If you have 3, 4, 5 pictures, and you are wearing a hat in every single one of them, and you have hair, I am telling you that you could just be giving off the signal that you might be bald. There's nothing wrong with being bald. A lot of women love bald men. All I'm saying is this show, let them know whether you have hair or don't have hair. If you have hair and you've got it covered up in every one of your pictures, somebody who might not want to be with a bald guy will assume that you might be and pass on you. Okay? So you can have some hats on in some pictures, but in other pictures, don't do that. Another thing would be is women don't like to see the dead animals. They don't like to see you propping up the dead deer head that's covered in blood or the fish pictures. They just don't like it. I think it's great that you have those hobbies, and you should have those hobbies, and I think they're great. But they just don't want to see all the dead animals. So leave those pictures out. Even if you think, well, I'm showing her that, that I'm a hunter and I'm a provider and all that kind of stuff. Well, I just want to tell you, they don't care about that part of it. They just don't want to see the dead animals. All right? So skip those pictures. Another thing would be is don't have pictures with you and another beautiful woman right next to you. You might say, well, that's my cousin and we get along great. Or this is my best friend that I've known since 2nd grade. Whatever the story may be, the woman looking at your profile, she doesn't know that. She is going to look at that picture and say, is that his ex-girlfriend? Is he not over his ex and she's in these pictures? So don't do that. I just suggest that you don't put pictures of you with another beautiful woman. If it's a group, that's fine. There's no problem with that. And you should have some group pictures. That's a good thing. But I'm just saying you and one other person, I don't think it should be another woman, especially that's around your age. If it's clearly, your younger sister or your mom, that's fine. You should have several pictures of you outside doing fun things. You want this person to say, hey, if we're together, are those activities that I want to do with him. Mountain biking or going to concerts or being at the beach, outside different pictures. You cannot have 2 or 3 pictures and it's your camera set up on your desk and you're just sitting there looking down at the camera and taking a picture and not smiling and think that's going to get you somebody to want to go on a date with you. No, you got to intrigue them. You got to make them think like, hey, if we're together, we're going to go do these fun things. Okay? Another thing is you got to make sure that the information in your profile is the truth. Don't be putting stuff such as, you're taller than what you actually are, because you're going to meet and she's going to see that you're not 6'2" if you're 5'9". All right. So be honest about your height. Be honest about your age. Be honest about, you don't have to say how much money you make, but don't be posting pictures of you in front of, a Lamborghini or a private jet or a massive house if none of those things are yours. Don't deceive them. Just be honest. Another thing would be your pictures need to be recent. You cannot have old pictures. Even though you look fantastic 7 years ago and you got six-pack ab and you looked amazing at the beach and you're just like, oh, but I love that picture of me. Okay, but that's not you anymore. So you can't use that picture. It should be within 6 months to a year. Those are the pictures that you should be posting because that's who they're going to meet. You can't show pictures of what you used to look like and then they show up at the restaurant and now you've got a big old beer belly. You misled them. Okay? Now, I don't hear this much about guys using filters to take off wrinkles and stuff like that, but if you do that, I suggest you don't. Show who you really are. They get to make the determination of whether or not they want to meet you or not. And if they say yes, they know exactly who they're going to see at the restaurant or wherever your date is going to be. Okay? So be honest in your profile and what you're writing up. Another thing that women are tired of seeing is shirtless pictures of men at the gym or shirtless pictures of men in their bathroom, trying to look all buff and stuff like that. And you got the dirty sink and your toothbrush and toothpaste is all over the place and, thinking, and the mirror's got all the spots on it and stuff like that. You think you look good, but you really don't. They don't want to see those things. Now, if you're like, I want to show her that I've got a great body, that's fine. And I always talk about going to the gym and exercising and working out and feeling good about yourself. I talk about that all the time, and that's a great thing. You can take a gym selfie, but in a tank top, letting her know that you work out and stuff like that. That's totally fine. But the bathroom selfies, you don't want to do that. You can have pictures of you at the beach. Those are totally natural for people to not have a shirt on at that point. Especially if you're in a group of people and stuff, you've already got a few pictures of just your face so they know who they're looking at, and you got a group picture and you got your shirt off. That's totally fine. But when you're trying to pose and show off your muscles and stuff like that, that can be a big turnoff for a lot of women. They're just like, ugh, done, swipe left. So I just suggest that you take those pictures in a different way. Also, you want to avoid pictures where you're like, I think I look hilarious in this picture. That was so funny. I remember that night I was with my friends and we were being all goofy and stuff like that. And you got a cigarette up your nose and can of Bud Light in your hand. And, you're flipping off the camera and smoke's coming out of your mouth. And you look bad, but it's a funny picture to you. I suggest you don't put those kind of pictures on there. This person is making this quick judgment about you. And they'll just be like, nah, that's maybe not an environment I want to be in. I don't want to be around somebody like that, even though that might not be who you are all the time. It's funny to you, but you got to think about it. Is it going to be funny to somebody else who doesn't know me? So think twice about the pictures you do select and want to put on there. All right, so there you go. Those are just several suggestions I know will be able to improve your profile. And that's the most important thing. You're hoping to meet somebody off of these profiles. So the pictures, especially your first one, They're making that quick determination of whether they're going to swipe left or swipe right. So if you got a good picture, they're going to be like, okay, I'll look at the next picture and go from there. And then they're going to read your bio. So you got to make sure that that's interesting and truthful information as well. So there you go. Hopefully you found this informational. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know if I missed anything or anything that we should add to that. Thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye now.